Leonard.
Thank you, Larry. We welcome you to the heart of the Hoosier State in the Circle City of Indianapolis, Indiana, and Lucas Oil Stadium. Tonight, Week 15 begins with a great Thursday night matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts. And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Jabal Sheard. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie and it stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? Well, if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, you might be a little jumpy as well. It might throw off his timing.
Yeah, it'd be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On second down, Anderson. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. They run it again with Anderson. And I don't think he made it out. Anderson didn't. He didn't make it out, and that's going to be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
They go play action here on first down. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. That one for Indianapolis resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. This is Robert Turbin, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll fake it. Now Luck. He hits Taliaferro. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Off of play action. Luck under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Shane Ray in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Denver getting set to take the field. And, of course, coming off the safety the last time they had the football. I never want that.
No, that's pretty unique, too, isn't it? When you give up points that way and the scoreboard, you look up and it says 2-0, it can throw you a little bit. Let's see if they can put that to the side and move forward.
He's got a man complete. 20. And he'll be taken down deep into Indianapolis territory. A huge play there for Denver. 83 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
They'll run, Anderson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. To throw on 2nd is Simeon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now Simeon on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So now it's 4th and short.
So after the penalty, that means there's a decision to be made. Do you still line up in field goal formation? But maybe you think about running your offense back out on the field.
And McManus able to put it through. And they have gone in front by a point here in this first quarter. So I guess we'll call this a pitcher's duel so far. I think that was a 3-run homer there, and it makes it a 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, and what inning are we in? It's not the most common of score lines, but it's pretty indicative of the fact that we're in for a tight one.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Now a carry for Lorenzo Taliaferro. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Lorenzo Taliaferro with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Here's the punter Gay now to send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you can see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Third down now. It's C.J. Anderson. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake. They've taken care of that early.
1st down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll try the air now with Simeon. Over the middle, he finds Henderson complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know that.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Simeon. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the rookie out of Florida, Quincy Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
And the lead is now 13. Of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loosen up.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. That's the rookie from Ohio State, Malik Hooker, with the INT. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
After the interception, it's Luck. Flushed out right. It's caught. Kamar Aiken. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Luck now to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw, and he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, 35 yards. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And partners, sayonara to Randy Moss's 0-7 record. That is the 24th receiving touchdown this year for him. He's the new king.
Well, always remember how Randy did it. Going deep, going over the top of people, and catching those touchdown passes. But what we've witnessed here today, what we've witnessed throughout this season, great new memories have been created by the new king.
And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 13-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Again, Anderson. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Simeon. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And he fields it cleanly. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So a big pickup that time. And Charles, defending AFC Player of the Week, maybe bucking towards another award this week.
Yeah, and they say they don't really care about the individual awards. You and I both know
they do.
It means a lot to them. It means respect around the league. And if he's able to show those kind of hands all game long, he can win a second one.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll run it now out of the gun. He will push his way down to about the 14. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Just beating the play clock is Luck. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big 1st down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
This is Taliaferro. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Luck on the sneak. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. Luck going to keep it on the sneak. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
Here we go on 4th. Luck buying time to his left. So a minute 56 to play in this 1st half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this 1st half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those...
And can you believe it? It's a 2nd safety in this ball game. And this defense continues to dominate. How about 2 safeties in one game here?
You don't even put that on your goal sheet. This is something that results when you're playing really well on defense and the offense has nowhere to go with the football. Dominating performance.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Yeah, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the 1st half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for you.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Jabal Sheard in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Here's Simeon now on 2nd down. He goes underneath for Anderson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. From the 50, it's Simeon. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin him back here at the 7-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Andrew Luck and company heading back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. From the gun, here's Luck. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going to go. It's Luck. Looking deep for Hilton. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. And, Charles, they just handed them a gift. Going for it there, that spot of the field inside the 24.
Yeah, sometimes you think you've got plenty of time in a game, so you take a little bit of a crazy risk. This goes in the category of a crazy risk. Yeah, I'm giving you 3 on that one. But how about on the defensive side of the ball? To see them come out, line up, and decide to go for it there, you figure there's no way we're giving this one up. We're going to turn the ball over.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This from 36 yards out. And McManus able to put it through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before the break. Luck. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Extra point attempt to come here. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So we hit halftime here in. Now, my apologies, Larry. I wanted to hear the report. Somebody's in a hurry. So we're going to get them right to quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And you can see where they sit, perched right at the top. The question, Charles, with a perfect season they have going, what's on the line, how do you see them playing it out these final few weeks of the season?
Well, I can see the locker room voting unanimously to play to win. That's how they're built. It doesn't matter whether you're 0 whatever or undefeated. You want to play every game to win it. But I think from a management and coaching standpoint, you're looking at it and saying how much pressure is on this team to try and keep that record going. And is that really our ultimate goal? They're almost hoping maybe they get beat, and now you can start to rest guys and take the pressure off and just get ready for the playoffs.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st and 10, Locke looking deep downfield. And this is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 47 yards. And the Colts have got it on cruise control. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Here's the punter Gay now to send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down at the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
A nice move gets him a few extra. Down just shy of his 20. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Throwing on 3rd down, Simeon. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. We focus our attention now on T.Y. Hilton as he gets ready to head back onto the field. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Now it's Taliaferro. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And the wideout in motion. Throwing on third down. Luck. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he wins.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They run with Taliaferro. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
On the carry, it's Taliaferro. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
I'm wondering, partner, if they might need to sub him out for a play or two, because after that long run he just had on the previous play, he might not have all of his breath back.
Yeah, and they went right back to that well. Different result. Second down following the run. They'll try the air now with Locke. Being chased out left. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Now a play fake, and it's Locke. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Todd Davis in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be fourth down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down. gun. Simeon. And that is incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That's taken on the 25. A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And we take some time to spotlight T.Y. Hilton now. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
Kamar Aiken, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
Yeah, I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
On first down, Locke. Forced out to his left. Caught left side by Hilton. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now a first down throw, Locke. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On first down, it's Locke. Steps away to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Here's Luck now on second down. And that one is incomplete. He just dropped it. But they're up big on the scoreboard, so maybe he can chuckle about later.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
The offense on third down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Throwing is Locke. And this is going to be incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Back now here on EA Sports, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Screen play, Anderson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. Second down now after the pass completion. Simeon. A dump off to Anderson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
December.
December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception.
And this is caught. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, 40 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Here's the punter Gay now to send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he gets this one up just shy of the 35 to the 34. A good pick up there of 20 yards. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
Simeon on first down. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it second down. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on second down and 3. From the gun, here's Simeon. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jabal Sheard in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Third and long. It's Simeon finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. We focus our attention now on T.Y. Hilton as he gets ready to head back onto the field. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdown.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They go play action here on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to churn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Luck on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. A swing pass caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Shift together here from the D-line. On 1st and 10, Simeon. Gates has it over the middle. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Three yards to go on 2nd down. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw on 2nd is Simeon. Sanders has it over the middle. A 1st down as it's Simeon with a hook up to Sanders. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. To the air again, Simeon. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, They talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game. Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Back to throw, Simeon. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jabal Sheard. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Here's Simeon now on second down. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. Carlos Henderson, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
From the gun on 3rd, Simeon. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Throwing now, Luck. He's got it to Hilton. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game. To throw on second down is Luck. Flushed out right, and it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Colts, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Denver, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.